Benny asks, what path should Wiseowl and I take for our 7 archangel working given to us by the spirit Ludus that we spoke to during the Estes method session? Okay. Okay. So the very first thing I notice is, of course, that this line is all reversed. But we'll get through it. Trying to take it all in, get the vibe, man. So the crux of it, the centre of it all, is the adventurer. So I see it as an adventure. That's the best approach. That's the path as an adventure. Rather than say like a course of study, the truth. The way or something like that. It's just an adventure. It's something, and also a lot of stuff with adventures, of course, as the old cliche goes, is that it's not the destination, it's the friends you meet along the way, or it's the experience that you have along the way is the important part of an adventure more than the end goal. It's like if you're trying to, reach the top of the mountain, the actual top of the mountain is the end of the thing. It's all the stuff that happened on the way up and the way down that's important. The fixer is looking at the adventure, saying that, like, while it's an adventure and all that, you have to be willing to pay the price and do the work. And the reversed fortunate would suggest that it's an over-reliance on, in one sense, privilege or taking things for granted. That, I suppose it would be like saying, do the work. You have to. It's not just going to be easy, or it's not going to be handed to you, or in some way that you're, I suppose in one sense, that, not that you're specially chosen, but I don't mean like when clearly you've been chosen, you've been given this type of thing, but it's that it's not just because you've been chosen or been told about this, doesn't mean that it's going to be easy or just given to you or handed to you, or you're just going to walk up and receive it. It's like, you can write the book and it can be a great book and you can have a call in front and you can have done it and then you can release the book and no one cares. It's not feeling that just because you do the thing that you're going to get handed the end result, to not feel that it's a sure thing or that it's definitely going to happen or that, not that it's not even that, it's that you have to do the work, you have to put it in, you have to do this as the ritual, or you have to do whatever's been asked of you. You have to become the person that ends up being the type of person who can do this thing. So bottom layer is what to avoid, and the top layer is what to work towards. So I suppose what to avoid is being, well, reverse of the balancer and the chase would mean that being over-disciplined, over a lack of balance, like being too harsh, or thinking that, like, I suppose in one sense, following anything too much to the rules or to the letter, or being afraid of making mistakes, or going off piste a bit, or walking off the road slightly, or the route, or doing your own thing. That, like, there's a kind of a sense of, don't think that even within doing all the work is that you have to do everything perfectly right, that you have to be so on the money, that you have to be really disciplined about yourself, and if you have one mistake that you've ruined it all or something like that, it's like it's like the depleters, that it's all going to go to shit, that it's all going to fall apart. Worried about that it's to avoid being harsh with yourself or overcritical, or too much in one direction. I suppose there's also a call there saying that it shouldn't overtake everything in your life either, that it, to avoid it becoming imbalanced, to avoid becoming too chaste or too disciplined, and to avoid which is ultimately to avoid being depleted. Try to avoid putting all your energy in it, doing everything, do too much, bringing too much to it, being too harsh, yeah. And then what to work towards is the idea, in a sense, reversed. Like, it's in a kind of a negative way, I suppose it means imitation. Okay, it's stagnancy or, not her unoriginal ideas. But the fact that it's in the place of where you should work towards would suggest to me that what it means is to have a look that it might need innovation, that you might need a new idea. Have a look at how this was done in the past, how other people are doing it. Look at people who have had the success in the same things as the same sphere or the same thing, and mimic in a sense what they're doing, rather than looking for a new idea around it, like a fresh idea or something, or a new approach or something. That there was probably something, there's probably someone has done this before and have a roadmap of some description. The plan, of course, is to be aware of what your place in the universe and who you are and what you're surrounding yourself around. So in its a positive sense, is seeing your grandeur, seeing your power, seeing what you're capable of, seeing your immensity, seeing your, that you're rock solid, all of these things and it's with the Corn as well, there's a physicalness to it as well. Feeling good about yourself, that you're able to do this, that, that this is a good thing, that it's going to make you feel good about yourself. Because it's like the opposite of this is like seeing the good, seeing how powerful, strong, physically good you are. And you're like, physical in the sense, like a planet is a physical thing. So I suppose it would be embodiment. Yeah, embodiment. There's be aware and work towards your embodiment of this, rather than being harsh, critical, looking at things too much, the intricates, being, trying to do everything correct and being really kind of Procrustean, with your outlook, because that leads to depletion. So just doing the crisscross thing, the lack of balance, the imbalance would be, reflected in the coral. So it could be an imbalance, but like, look after yourself physically. Don't burn out physically. Don't try to exert yourself too much. Make sure that you're feeling good about yourself. The depletion and the reversed idea. So yeah, so it's saying this is like an exhaustion of things. Think of how have been played. The energy's gone. There's nothing left in that. We're saying that the idea is it's looking for something that's already been done, but being successful. It's not stagnancy. It's not non-creativity. There's something there's the key. There's something that works, and so you should look for that, rather than looking where it didn't work. Interesting again, but the reversals all on one side, which would be, don't be imbalanced. Don't feel it's just going to be easy and handed to you, or that you don't have to work for it, that you're somehow, I can just show up and everything will work out for myself. And don't feel you have to do everything but new either, that there is a kind of a thing that, this has been done, this road has been walked before, and that's okay. See it as an adventure. Don't try to be overly critical or harsh, and make sure that you get it right. And be aware of, the greatness involved in you, or what but also be aware of what you're surrounding yourself with. You have a gravity, you have, what are you attracting to you? Be aware of that, and attract the good things rather than the bad things. The carnal and the depleted. One is really healthy, really good looking embodiment. One is a complete, shambles, no energy, lack of energy, everything is over. And it involves do the work. You have to do the work. So, I'm not sure how much else I want to say. Overall, I think it's a good reading. It's saying, it should be, you should see this adventure, you should do the thing, you're going to have to do the work, it's not going to come necessarily easy. That doesn't mean that it's not going to come easy. It's not going to be handed to you. Don't get bogged down in technicalities, and see where other people have done it, and be aware of what you're surrounding yourself with. But there's whatever it is, there's something about you have to embody it. You have to actually embody it. So whatever that means. like an invocation, I suppose. That would be an embodiment, right, rather than an evocation. That if it comes to a point that you have to call up these angels or whatever it is, that it'll be more of an invocation than an evocation. That's the suggestion that's here. So yeah, keep me informed of how that all works out if you do apply any of this advice. Always interested in hearing what you're up to, Benny. So yeah, may it all work well. May your best days be ahead, and be well.